Today we're going to be looking at the Dogtra IQ Plus electronic collar system. We're going to open the box and take a look what's inside first of all. When you first get this package, you're going to receive a collar, a transmitter, and a charger. First I'm going to point out the charger comes with a splitting end, so you can charge both the transmitter and the receiver at the same time. This collar has a rapid charge time, so it should charge in 2 hours. Next we're going to look at the actual receiver. So these receivers have come down in size quite a bit over the last couple of years. So these are much more compact than the previous models of the Dogtra collars. They're nice because when your dogs are wearing them, even the smaller dogs, they're not like a big box hanging off your dog's neck, but they're much more low profile. The transmitter itself is also quite small. The nice thing that I really like about these transmitters is how simple they are. So we have 3 options to communicate with our dogs. We have a nick stimulation, we have a continuous stimulation, and we have a page, which is a vibration. These collars have 100 different levels of stimulation, but they don't have a digital display like some of the Dogtra collars. So everything you'd see is directly on the dial. These collars are also expandable up to 2 dogs. So up here you can see there's a toggle switch, which you can switch back and forth depending on which dog you want to use the collar for. So if you buy a 1-dog system, this will be set up for dog 1. You can also buy an additional collar and pair it so you can run both dogs on just 1 transmitter. Next I'll talk about a couple of the features of the collar itself. So since it is a smaller collar, we have a slower or a reduced range to some of the collars. If you're looking for a high range collar, you might consider the Dogtra Arc or the 1900 series. This collar has about a 1/4 mile range, and for any basic obedience training you're doing, this collar is going to be really nice. You're generally not going to need anything over a 1/4 mile for basic obedience training. This collar is going to be perfect for pet dog trainers or even professional trainers who are looking to get collars into their clients' hands. It's a simple collar to use, and it's great for dogs who are 10 pounds or larger. Both the transmitter and the receiver are fully waterproof, so if you hang out around water or it's raining out, you don't have to worry about the transmitter malfunctioning and your dog being stimulated because of water. So even if you're working with a young hunting dog, working with some basic water retrieves, this collar might be a use for you. So now we're going to look at how we turn this collar on and off. The transmitter itself is technically always on. There are no power buttons on the transmitter. Because it doesn't have a digital display, the battery life on this is going to be quite long, and every time you are going to want to charge your collar, you'll just charge your transmitter as well. To turn the collar on itself, we have 2 red buttons on the transmitter. The button is on the back near the top, and on the collar you'll see the red dot on the top of the collar. To turn these on, we simply put both of these red dots together and hold them until the light turns green. If we try to turn it off too soon and we see a red light and we pull the transmitter away too fast, what's going to happen is it's going to look like it may have turned off, but the collar will still be on. So if we do something like that, the collar is still on, but we saw the red light, and so we can think that the collar is off, and we might come back to a dead collar. So again, that might be too quick. So instead we'll just hold it there until the red light turns off. One important concept to understand about all Dogtra collars is just because we turn them on and turn them off with certain collars and certain transmitters doesn't mean we're pairing them with that collar. So if I took a different transmitter and I turned this collar on, we're just turning the collar on. We're not actually pairing transmitter to collar. A lot of people think if they have multiple dogs and they turn it on or turn it off with the wrong collar, they're actually pairing it, which isn't the case. You're just turning the collar on and off. Next we'll actually show you how to pair them. To pair it now, we'll have the collar off, we have the transmitter set to 0. Right now, the collar is paired to dog 1. So dog 1, dog 2. So I'm going to pair it to dog 2. Since it's on dog 1, I'll move it over to dog 2. I'll show you, I'll turn it on. There's nothing happens when I try the page. But I'll turn the collar off. I'll hold it, if you can see the green light. Now the green light starts flashing, and I put the nick and continuous simultaneously. And now we page or stim, and that's paired to dog 2. If we go back to dog 1 now, there should be nothing for this collar. And just to reverse the process, I'll turn the collar off. I'll put it back to dog 1. I'll turn it on, but not turn it on. I'll hold it until the green light starts flashing. It's flashing, and nick and continuous at the same time. And now we're paired back to dog 1. And if I go to dog 2, nothing.